Well, today starts the journey to disassemble the Hahn snowblower, what I made the video of before, and put the engine on the Ariens. Like I said, it's got a new engine on it, but it's a 5-horse. It's just too weak. Also, I'm going to do some other work to it. I'm going to redesign the chute. That was a kind of a design flaw in the older ones. The reason they wouldn't throw snow very far. It wasn't due to lack of horsepower. It was just a bad design on the chute. The same thing with these. I did put a sheet of steel in this one, in the chute, to try to change it, and it did help. You probably can't see it. Yeah, you can. To put less of an arch in it, so it would deflect the snow a little bit different. Their flaw, they put such a big hole, an exhaust hole, and the chute was so short, the snow would come up out of the front side here, and it would hit right at the top, and it would cause it to, I guess you'd say, distort. And instead of blowing a stream, it just kind of fanned the snow out. But I'm going to change that on the Ariens over there. The Ariens has a chute almost identical to this one, so I'm going to change everything on it and refabricate it. Put a smaller slope in it. You can see, like I said, the Ariens is just like this one. It had that bump in it right there, and you can see the front of the hole in the chute, the front of the exhaust right there. I don't remember which way it zooms. It blows straight up and it hits up in here, instead of catching it back here and following it out like the newer ones. Like I said, the older ones hold up better because they're made out of better steel, but they just won't throw it as far. You have to kind of double blow if you have a big driveway, a wide one. And anyway, pull this engine up. Oh, there is one thing that I found on this engine that I didn't see when I bought the machine from the guy, or I shouldn't say bought, I allowed a trade-in on a newer one. He had somebody to work on it, and right there, this engine has slung a rod at one point and cracked a block, and somebody just poured JB Weld to it and rebuilt the engine, and it JB welded the crack up. I have done that on mine. There's no issues with it. It will hold. I've run this machine a good bit and blew some heavy snow with it, and it's not leaking any oil. But I did not notice that when I took it in on trade. It didn't run when I took it in. The carburetor needed to be rebuilt, so I rebuilt the carburetor, and it runs great now. But yeah, I'm not worried about anything happening to it because of that. I just find it funny because I usually check them out, and I didn't on this one, so I didn't notice. But anyway, These is a single belt operation, just like the Ariens. It's got the same pulley diameter on the shaft. It's got a bigger shaft than the 6 or the 7 horse had. It had a, I can't remember right off, but anyway, this has got a bigger crankshaft sticking out of it, so I'll have to use this pulley, which doesn't matter because it's the same size, same diameter pulley. Yeah, and that's the Hahn. Anybody that knows anything about it, the auger is chain driven off of the wheel axle. Auger only turns when the machine is going, when the wheels are turning. The impeller turns the whole time. When you throw that lever in gear, the auger goes. The 5 horse has a solid sprocket. This one has a clutch, a slip clutch setup in it. And it stopped turning on me the other day, and I never had seen one like this, and I thought that it was just shot. Well, the slipper clutch was slipping because the snow was so heavy. I took it apart, cleaned it out, put it back together, and it works better, but it won't blow through real heavy snow. When I first started running it, it would, but I guess that was jammed up. And finally it broke free and started working like it's supposed to. And now the machine, it'll blow heavier snow than most of them I've seen, but not as heavy as it would when I first started running it. If anybody has any issues with these, the sprocket clutch deal, let me know, comment, and I'll disassemble it and make a video of how to get it all apart and clean it. You can turn the clutches over. It has 2 little metallic rings in it and 2 big washers over behind it back here that's cone shaped. That's where you get pressure from. When it starts slipping, you tighten these 3 little screws and it adds more pressure to it to make it go through heavier stuff without the sprocket slipping. Anyway, I'm gonna get started pulling the engine off and fitting it to the Ariens over there. And like I said, I am going to do some other work to it on the Ariens. I'm going to redesign the chute and see if I can't get more distance out of it.